Hey, I'm Brian Goulet of the Goulet Pen Company, and there's a really cool trick that I have for greasing up the piston on a Lamy 2000. Now, if you have one of these pens and you've been using it for a while, you might notice that the piston can get a little stiff over time. It's not uncommon for all piston fill pens to get into that kind of situation. Some pens are user serviceable, like the Noodler's pens or the TWSBI pens. Other ones are not quite as user serviceable. Some of the Pelicans, a lot of other brands out there. The Lamy 2000 is one of them where it's kind of tough because the piston mechanism is not made to be easily removed. And it's easy to damage it if you do try to remove it. So I don't encourage that you try to do that on a regular basis. However, there's a really cool trick that you can do that I'm going to show you, and you're just going to be like, wow, this is incredible. I can't believe I didn't think about this. This is such a simple and easy trick to maintain my Lamy 2000. So that's what I'm going to show you here today. So here is my Lamy 2000. And the cool thing about this trick that I'm about to show you is you can do this on the stainless steel 2000, other versions of the Lamy 2000, pen's been around for 50 years, and other pens that are in a similar design to this one. And the real issue you have with the Lamy 2000 and other pens like it is that it's a piston filling pen, but the mechanism is not easily removed out of the back. If you have a mechanism that's easily removed, like the Noodler's or TWSBI, some of the Pelican pens, then you can pull them out, you can grease up the seal, you can clean out the body, the pen real easily, reassemble it, no problem. Lamy 2000, it is not easy to disassemble this thing. Well, I shouldn't say it's not easy, but it's easy to screw it up. It's easy to do permanent damage to the piston on this pen. So I just don't do it. You know, the first pen I ever tried to take apart, I destroyed the piston rod, and I just was kicking myself. And I haven't messed around with it since. There's really no need. But you still want to get in here and you want to grease up the pen. And the reason is because over time, as you are cleaning and filling and cleaning and filling and cleaning and filling this pen, the piston rod, the seal that's moving up and down inside of here, the grease that's in here is going to wear away, it's going to break down, and it's going to feel a little tougher. You're going to feel more resistance as you're filling this thing over time. And you want to grease it back up so that you get a nice smooth filling operation again. So in order to do this, the Lamy 2000, what you do is you grab the grip right here and you just pull it apart like this. Okay? Now you want to make sure there's this silver ring right here. If you knock that thing, it's really easy to pop it out, like so. I barely touched it and the thing just popped out of there. So you want to be careful and make sure you're watching out for that. That's what actually holds the cap onto the rest of the pen. So hang on to that. And then with the body of the pen like this, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your filler knob screwed all the way to the pen, just like it would be if you were carrying it around. And a couple of tools you're going to need are some silicone grease and a Q-tip. Okay? Should be pretty simple stuff. If you don't have Goulet silicone grease, this is 100% pure stuff, but you can get some plumbing silicone grease, or you can get, you know, other things. I wouldn't recommend using like Vaseline or anything like that, just because it's going inside your pen, and you know, you want to use stuff that's complete, that's 100% and that's inert and doesn't have any other kind of properties to it. But you know, do whatever you feel comfortable with. But my official recommendation is pure silicone grease. And then just kind of take the Q-tip, go in here and touch it and get a good coating of this grease all over the Q-tip. You don't want gobs of this stuff. You don't want it just, you know, a huge massive amount of it. You really just need a little bit. And then go ahead and stick it inside the opening of the pen. Since we can't get to the body of the pen from the other side, we're going in this way. And then just kind of move it around, coat it, twirl the Q-tip a little bit, twirl the body of the pen, just really get a good coating inside of there. And then pull it out. Really only takes a few seconds. And then I just use the dry end of the Q-tip to kind of clean up that opening there. And then move the piston seal up and down a few times. And by doing that, the piston seal is going to be scraping the walls inside the body of the pen, and it's going to be getting that grease all on the seal, and it is going to feel like an entirely new pen. It's going to feel awesome, amazing, probably even feel better than when it was new. So it's a great trick. Even if you have a brand new pen, what the heck, go ahead and do this and you'll probably just love it. And then just screw the thing back together, making sure that you have that ring in place there so that you can put your cap back on. And then you can continue using your Lamy 2000 if it was new for a long, long time. This is a trick that I've been using for years to get the most out of my Lamy 2000 and some of my other pens too, and I know that you can use it as well. I'm glad to impart this knowledge upon you. So if you got any questions about this, or if you have any other tips kind of like this for any of your other various pens, I would love to hear about it. Just leave me a comment on YouTube or on Ink Nouveau. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and right on.